This bird just stole my stuff using the same stuff. And what he's doing, he's taking the brackets that we just had, but we forgot the formula. And it's a gesture maneuver. And it is one which one has to have certain formulas connected to it. It has to have certain chemicals connected to it, and I just can't remember it. I'm gonna try and remember it. But this bird may use the same stuff that the formula was made out of to make me lose my memory as we speak. I'm gonna try and remember it now. It is a shadowing maneuver. It is a glancing maneuver which has to have certain things. I think when you get it's an unduplicatable chemical possible response which has to have truthful lining to it. It's a chemical which was highly active at one point and had to be truthful. It was a chemical scent which would find other action chemicals at a time frame, but it was from a glancing chemical, and certain things have to exist. And I'm gonna have to say it could be the kind of ghost organ. I'm gonna have to say ghost organ. Those always have strings attached, Jelly Belly, but I can't remember the exact thing, which is going to take the brackets, and we're gonna try and search for it now. Remember, these birds may have stolen our stuff while using our stuff against us. Live, live, right now in the jungle. The ears of the snail just opened up. The ears of the snail opened up as we were going off on this bird.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And right now, Snail was there. And Snail just made it off. He left a thing of slime. The snail did. this snail left a thing of slime, a very noticeable thing of slime. It's right there. And is still connected. The snail is now way over here. Still has a milligram of stuff. And so it looks like the snail has slimed these people. The snail has. And it's like stuck now. It's stuck to his root, and it could start to fossilate and phosphorate and bubble up even more and more and more into a super duper slimy. Joe, my guy is way in there. He could phosphorate and start to bubble up from his organs and his inner glands. This gel, oh, it just popped. The gel just popped. And Snail has left a huge gooey marker. And every once in a while you see these snails leave a resin. And this is live. This is live right now. Snail is moving very slow, but he's comfortable. If we were to just put the flaps back right now on this, he would be almost underneath our camping tent. And that's where I'm sure this snail looks bitten in half. And can't help but wonder if it's not the birds, and if they haven't sent us a message that they're aware of everything. This bird, I mean, this snail is bitten completely in half. And we're on our way to the grocery store right now. And I wonder if it's not a message from this bird to not let anybody know that he is more than what we thought he was, and that anybody who knows anything is in jeopardy of being touched by the bird. Which, by the way, if bird did eat a snail and bite that snail in half, well, we still think that the bird teaches man to eat meat in the very beginning of time, and that he has a small army, possibly 1/3 of this stuff out here. And wow. All right, moving on. We're on our way right now. We're leaving right now. We just left the forest, and we still can't remember the chemical. But when we remember the chemical, we'll let you guys know, because he's going to be using that exact chemical with a memory chemical to make you forget stuff right on the scene. Very easy chemical, right on the scene. Okay? And because that chemical is so vital yet we can't remember it right this very second, the bird was behind that. So he gets his little win. But what we get is an inflated snail's ear, something we don't get to see all the time. What's going on in my mind at this time frame? We are live right now in an unpredictable scene, middle of the forest, when the forest comes alive and starts to document everything. When I say document, I mean it looked like the ear of a human being. It was so big and had veins inside of it, and they were throbbing, pumping in my heart, and they were pink and just brand new and huge. That was what I saw when looking inside the snail's one ear as we were going off in this bird, as we were documenting whether or not this bird is using the precise chemical, which is the finisher upper. It breaks the brackets off. It's pretty easy. And how to remember that chemical, I'm still trying to remember it now. But that bird just used the chemical that breaks the brackets off and put memory in there. And I'm pretty confident that once you see how to get rid of memory in the future, highly undocumented stuff, that when that kind of stuff becomes awesome. in a chemical form. When you go to the border and you're put straight to sleep in chemical form, and you can't remember anything in La La Land, that this bird is going to be behind this far on a documentation. But whether or not other lives come out there to document and help document, we just got that snail's humongous ear, which is not going to hurt, but it's going to benefit our portion. Seeing a dead snail on the side of the road right now, I was bitten in half by an animal who might have taught us to eat meat in the beginning of time in the Garden of Eden, as some kind of warning, potential warning. I don't see snails bitten in half every day. There's one of these birds right now. Yeah, ask me, they're following us. And they just want death all the time. But you don't get to see that side. Not often. And the more that side is visible, the more they become visible, and the more they leave threats. And as far as I was concerned, the snail with the big ear was left a threat the entire time. So we have to see how this goes. We'll be back.